Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to LEGO City Undercover. So, what I think I'm gonna do is we'll run around each of the areas looking for the red brick. So there isn't a red brick over here, we know that's fast travel. We'll see how useful the fast travel ability really is, considering how the fast travel spots that we've actually unlocked are so few and far between. We also need to find a character change spot somewhere, and that's kind of it. So if we can run to each of these sections though and get the red bricks, then we would probably be most convenienced by that more than any other action. Alright, so we got everybody with the costumes on. I think I'll turn that off. Well, maybe switch between the two of them. We in the last recording got the red brick detector and the really isn't that much of a difference. Like we got the red brick detector and the unlimited TNT and the super color gun. So there's a decent number of things we are set up for. We won't run into as much of a frustrating scenario. Am I going the right direction? Somewhat, yeah. This is supposed to be the LEGO City Airport, which means this is probably where the airport is over here. But I can't mark that, can I? Seems like you can only really mark things that are on the platform. So here's a thing that I believe I'm supposed to color or blow up or do nothing with. Who's to say? Is this a statue to blow up? There's a super brick up there. So let's see if there's any kind of explanation on how we get up to that super brick. There's a disguise booth. We should go there. Not back in here. I meant to hit this button. So it's like a LEGO Boy Scout adventurer. Maybe the Littlest Prince. So the way to get up there would be to be on that platform area and jump from that point. Alright. There's 7 more of those, and that means there are 7 more gold bricks from those and 7 more characters to unlock. Alright. I'm gonna change this guy to a custom character. How could we do it? Custom B. Alright. I'm going to change this guy to custom C and change this one to that. What is this really doing? This is just getting an achievement by having a custom character set as each of your heroes. And I'll have to check to make sure this actually works later on. And finally, residence, custom A. Alright. And that doesn't really change anything because the customs are just the default character outfits, for lack of a better descriptor. We need Rex. That's what we need. So, Special 2, the Monster Ice Skater, Chaos Gangster Mechanic. Locked. We have Airline Attendant, Waitress, Paparazzi, Gas Station Manager. Residence. We have Karate Guy. We have Natalie. Luke Cashmore. Sam Penn, Guy Newberry. Paul Wimp. I like the idea of being able to play as Natalie, but I also need to be saving all of my money for other things. Seriously, where is Rex? Please. We found Rex. We totally found him. We just gotta figure out, is he under criminals? Maybe that. Okay, here we go. Rex Fury. Rex Fury is now our new criminal character we're playing as. Alright. Good to know. And he has all the similar abilities of Chase as an undercover criminal. And yeah, I wouldn't be upset with playing as Natalie if it weren't for the fact that that would require me to spend 40,000 studs. Alright. Bulls run. Seriously? Just fall down for no reason.
What's going on?
I've got the wrong kind of character, I think, and that's the problem. Oh, seriously, game. Fourth time's the charm. Landed down here. I've got a poor kitten that needs rescuing. What we don't have in this is a Lego Marvel Superheroes type event where you can just fly around as Iron Man, which that would be what I'd really like to see, is a full... let's just get Natalie. I want to play as Natalie. Where is she? Chase Undercover, Civilian, Resident, Natalie. There's something to be said about playing as a female character in general. Where is Natalie though? It didn't work. What did I hit wrong? I bought it but didn't equip it, apparently. There we go. It did work, I was just on the wrong characters. Man. Oh, and they just put a barbed wire all over all of this. That's annoying. Hey, while we're here, let's go ahead and scan and see what other things there are to do. We'll need the criminal to bust this. Yeah, I guess if I get all the red bricks in the overworld, then we'll do the levels in a backwards motion. That way I'll get score times 10. And how did I miss that? And who gave a line of dialogue to them to say I like potato chips? I'm singing about that. About potato chips. I could, I guess, run around and do this if I wanted to, but I don't think that's an efficient way to play the game. It'd be better to do this. Is this a vehicle steal mission? Yeah, I don't want to do any of those right now. So is this a vehicle steal mission also? There. Boy, is that far away. This is like an experiment on how far away you can make somebody solve a Simon puzzle. Like, this would be annoying for anybody with a small screen. Like, frankly, just straight up insulting. Catch that alien. None of these characters move any faster, so this really just wraps down into taking the tightest corners you can take. And yeah, we'll try to get as much of this stuff as is reasonable, but I'm not gonna, I think, do everything. Clues. Where are you? We've got a couple of nice Lego planes. Design's not terrible. Of course, trying to build a Lego city often is a square footage problem more than anything else. So, trying to have a airport is actually a really demanding extra requirement. I have basically an entire room dedicated to Lego, and it's still not enough table space, square footage. I've seen collectors and builders use entire basements and still struggle with it, and not really keep all of their sets on display. A lot of them get broken down into their pieces. It's really not super thrilling to unlock a character, though. Like, particularly if it's a character you don't know or don't recognize. Super bricks, super bricks. Clue. Where is this hiding? Super brick. Super brick. Free race. Super brick, super brick, super brick. Super brick. Free race. So I probably need to look at the walkthrough and get more of a description of where I'm supposed to go, because right now it's a little too much. And this would only start to make sense if I start clearing things off, which I guess I'm gonna just have to do. We are pretty much just gonna have to commit to doing everything. Alright. Alright, well, let's start going this way and see how this works. Two out of 3. Some more super bricks that way. And some more super bricks this way. Looks like there might be something in this building. Let's see. Yeah, I only have a slight understanding of what instant travel might actually provide for us. It very well may not provide much of anything. Let's see. Okay. Well, that's one way in the building, I suppose. Is there a way out of the building? Oh, there's no clipping on that building. That's weird, to say the least. Maybe I wasn't supposed to get up here, and because I wasn't supposed to get up here, that's why there's no clipping on the front part of the building. And maybe if I opened the building the right way, then there would be something. Otherwise, I have no clue. Like, no clue at all how I'm supposed to get up there. I'm sure it could be anything. That's true in all cases. It could be anything. Come on, get that last super brick. Red brick, got it. And we get our first test to prove that Rex Fury actually does do his thing. Okay. Alright, so save in progress. Let's wait until that's done. Come over to the extra look here and super fast travel on. does that mean now, if I want to go here, is there a way for me to get there? No, I don't think so. So all it really does is cut out the cutscene when you fast travel, but I'd still have to find all the fast travel points, which means this level is not really worth it, which means it would be more efficient for me to start moving to another area. And we don't have a fast travel point over here, I don't think. So easiest thing to do is just to click this. You can't lay down a location and say I want to go that direction either. There must be some way you teleport yourself up to the top of that building. Hey. Could you climb up here? And then you would run this way. Maybe this is where the teleporter goes. And here's a climbing section I didn't see. And here's a grapple section. And what is this? Use the scanner to locate a suspect. Alright. Where would the suspect be? The arrows were pointing. Right. Let's get that super brick. And get this super brick. And here we go.
What?
These cars are pointing the wrong way and I don't want to spend the effort to try and turn them around.
I need your car.
So I may lose the suspect, or he may be unlosable. There may just be a ton of rubber banding that happens there. Notice that these missions are kind of intelligently set so that they don't they take you into the next area, the next section of the world, so you can, if you do have this need or desire to race through an area, you can do it fairly easily. But yeah, the strategy still stands. We should look for red bricks in the world, and once we are in a section that we're missing a red brick, we'll stop and find, and once we have all the red bricks, then we'll try to run around the world. We're in a weird position now though, because we are in an area without red bricks and I want to deal with that, but this guy is just escaping. Okay, good. He escaped. That's fine by me. B. Alright, so where do we think the red brick would be here. Let's go around in circles once and see if we can find the red brick. If we can't, we'll make an effort to move closer to the city. Alright, so let's go get these two. Wrong guy.
Not sure I trust the directions.
I think the Super Smash and Grab item, red brick, actually doesn't make it so that one character can do everything, and that's a bit of a shame. Like, ideally, I'd like to lock it down where I don't have to swap characters, but I guess that is what the intention of this whole game is that force the player, for better or worse, to do that.
Ooh, what's that for lunch?
Right. So let's go over to this building, since we never went up that building, and you would have thought there would have been a story reason
Good luck.
or something. So let's go to the top of that and see if there's something to be found up there that's just way too tall and far away. Alright. There's some kind of achievement for sliding down the handrail of, I believe, this. That's why there's all these studs. So, at the very least, we'll have that. This is a weird, like, it's kind of like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but not really. It's just a giant spiral building that seems to serve very little purpose. Right. What is this, a parking lot? A considerable amount. Alright, so let's look at this brick. It's worth 1,000 bricks. We right now have 177,807, so it should be 178 when we pick this up. It turned to 179, so we do have the brick times 2 multiplier going on, even if the game is not really making that super obvious. And then we've got some studs, and is this going to be one of the shields that needs to be built? Yeah. Yeah, so there's 4 more of those throughout the world that we'll have to find. Is this going to be perhaps a fast travel location? Even the fact that it plays those notes is a reference to, I believe it's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Right. So, what does this do? It just plants a flag. We've conquered a district. It would be interesting if conquering the district meant something like enemies will no longer randomly spawn, but honestly, enemies have never been randomly spawning in this, and frankly, the game would have been better if that had been happening. Game? What? There we go. I was wondering about that. Like, it said slide down the rail, not cautiously walk down the rails. And yeah, this looks cool. This looks like something you would have in a demo for a game like this. But it in no way connected to the story. In no way gave us any reason to ever come up here and do this. It's probably would be motion sick, cause motion sickness. Alright. So, again, we're just looking for red bricks and whatever incidental thing we can find. Of course, it may just get harder and harder to find things to do if I do half the things now and half the things later. This totally feels like this should have been a level. Like a early game tutorial level where you're practicing your agility. I want to get that because I'm afraid I'll miss it if I don't. Although the map kind of tells you where everything is, so the worst case scenario I think you'd actually run into is running around a district or one of the largest districts and finding out you missed something. Right. How would I get up there? That's a question. How would one get up in that area?
Someone's late for takeoff.
I'm so hungry. Why didn't I eat breakfast?
Come on.
Not sure I trust the directions.
So we've unlocked a soccer player. How would I get up to the top there? And is there anything else in that general direction? Or anything else in this general direction? So did they give me a big ball so that I could roll the ball to the very top of the spiral area? This is slow. Definitely slow.
Hey!
Nope, I can't get it in there.
Ooh.
Don't see what you're supposed to do with this.
Hey, what's up?
Hey!
but clearly there's. I was saying there was a clue. Maybe I got that clue though, because I'm not seeing it anymore.
How's things?
Okay, yeah, that clue disappeared. Where does this take us? Just takes us to the very top. We can see if this works, but yeah. That's what I expected.
You should be spending my day off doing something more constructive.
I can blow up this guy though. Is there perhaps a way to reach higher heights through something here? No, not really. It really might boil down to just some of these sections we'll have to just get a helicopter and just use the helicopter to get us to where we need to go. Alright. We've never actually even walked on this section, obviously. All I want is the red brick in this district, whatever that red brick is. Probably won't be even that useful, but I want it anyways, just to see and hope that maybe it'll speed up the rest of the collections. I got a clue there, that there. Color brick there. I guess we have to go in this general direction. There's a pig cannon over here that almost guarantees that there's a pig somewhere. How are we on the map? Like, we're kind of approaching the end. So these districts aren't that big. Let's see. Is that a super brick? The logo between super bricks and red bricks are slightly different. It's just not enough of a distinction. I have that set for a pizza truck. It's a pretty nice set build. Small build, but nice. Yeah, I guess that is something that they kind of dropped the ball on in this game, is there aren't really any named LEGO City characters or minifigs, but there are almost certainly recognizable things. Things that you would would go, oh yeah, I've seen that set in the store, or I've built that set. And I'm not seeing a lot of that. Admittedly, I don't own too many LEGO City sets, but I've kind of looked at a decent amount of them. Alright. Come on. I can't go into scanning mode where I am. This is annoying. There's Forrest Blackwell in the tuxedo. Right. Can we find any red bricks? And how? Yeah, we're approaching the King's Court. So fresco. So do I want to look at this poster first of all? Nightclub, just a speaker's nightclub, and then Morvo, some kind of magician. Right. We haven't found a safe. We haven't found a safe fast travel section. So until we find a fast travel, we need to probably just run around this area over and over again until we've collected everything, or just are completely frustrated with it. There we go.
First day of the rest of my life.
So I think one of the incidental lines of dialogue that was just spoken said, "Today is the first day of the rest of my life, and one of these days that's going to be true." That is rather cynical for a kid's game. Like, seriously? Can we wait till they get into high school and before they become an edgy, depressed teenager? Do the LEGO games have to set them down that path? Or need to set them down that path? Right. Right. This gets me here. Gets me here. Gets me up here. A symbol of a bear, and it says BTS. Feels like this TT Fusion might be referencing other non-LEGO games that they made before they were acquired and called TT Fusion. Because, yeah, I've not seen a bear like that. One assumes that we're not going to have to free run all of this. And where's this gonna put me? Alright. So there's something to this also. We're supposed to listen to the wrong
you
ones.
Fool! Honestly, I can't trust that man to do anything right.
What has he done now?
I asked him to get the photos of a wedding blown up,
And?
the police just arrested him for buying dynamite.
So
It is
we want
time,
to
Angelo.
listen to all of these.
I
really
am going
loud.
to teach you the secret of my pizza recipe.
You have to do 11
Thank
of
you,
these,
Papa.
and I assume
I
it's
have
not
waited for this day for
11
so many years.
in one
I
scan.
know. Soon, you too will be able to win the heart of a girl just as I won the heart of your mother with my pizza. Now, pay attention. Hello, Vincenzo's Pizza. I'd like to order the usual. Yes, hide it under the doormat. Ciao. Don't tell your mother.
Right, are there any other options? Doesn't look like there are. So I may have to play some of the levels where we had these snooping sections and listen to the wrong
Are
solutions.
you all ready for the big
Again.
event?
You betcha. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Me neither.
The 14th annual Fresco Felon Fracas. It's at the docks again, right?
Uh-huh. I'm hoping to break enough stuff to win first prize.
You'll have to beat me first. Come on.
Oh man, the Fresco Felon Fracas cost the city a fortune every year. I better nip it in the bud.
Alright. So is that something I have to get to? I guess it is. I have to run here.
It's time for the Fresco Felon Fracas, friends.
Okay, let's see how
It's the
we
cops.
deal with
I knew
Rex.
It was stupid to do this on the same day 14 years straight.
There we go.
Not again. Out of my way!
Stop, or I will keep running after you.
I'm
Well,
gonna have
micro
to
stutter.
shower after this.
Oh,
Stay out of the way. Should be close enough to grab him. So there's 15 more gangs. Since it seems like you have a slightly high chance of micro stuttering and lagging when you get a gold brick, it's going to be a little annoying to get a gold brick so often while we're doing all of this. 16 time trials. A vehicle, that, super brick. I missed one up there. Let's go check this out. Just because it's on the ground. I guess that is a way we can climb up here and then try to make that jump if I hadn't fallen. Or we could just do that instead. And we'll see what that does. These studs, I don't think they save, so it's not like they're good ways of indicating whether or not I've been somewhere before. but we are getting things done. Yeah. I certainly have played other LEGO games where it was a major hassle to get anything done, and often it was a major struggle to even get from point A to point B, and we haven't run into that yet. But I am kind of trying to stray away from anything that's a race, or that would take me in a different direction. I very well may have enough bricks already too. Like, so we just unlocked the free run, which I guess means, so you get up there and then do you have to do the free runs again? Yeah, you do. You totally do. And you can see that since there's such a long list of things, and things don't gray out or change, kind of in a bad position. It's not a helpful menu. Right. Come back down here, and let's see how this works. Let's see. Complete the course before time runs out. Collect clocks for extra time. So there's 5 clocks that we know of. This is so easy. So easy because of the fact that you can just jump over things. Oh, that's fine. That is way better to have that be done and it be easy than for it to be really hard. And maybe we'll run into one that is a lot more difficult. My guesstimate, if I'm to guess, is that the red brick is under the area. So I'm thinking if I jump in this boat and then let's see how this goes. That kind of goes out to sea. That's not what we want. So this too may not go anywhere. Yeah, it just goes out to sea again. And there's no scanning mode or anything. So if there was anything in the water, you'd have to scan it from the shore. So go this direction. Doesn't look like there's actually anything there, but maybe there is. And go under here. And we'll see if what, if anything, can we gain from that? This whole section is just blocked off. It looks like. Alright, let's just get out. Yeah, just the light. And unless there's a way that you could fall through the roof. How did I get out of the water and hover before? I'm like tapping A as fast as I get out of the water. And it doesn't want to work. So what did I do that got me, allowed me to do this before? That area looks like there might be something. We can totally see that there's a super brick over here. And you can see I jump way better than I swim. Seems like there's nothing else. I assume I can't scan anything while I'm in the water. Here, we'll see. Nope. There you go. Maybe I found it. That is not what I thought I was gonna find. This one is the worst. Just drink coffee. Let's just tap the B button and hit the A button and see if there's anything to speed that up. Alright. So, mad dash this direction. For all these super breaks, just to get them, I guess, off the map. Maybe you don't even need to collect all the super bricks. Probably don't need them to craft everything. For certain. Alright, let's... And I can't scan down here. So... if there is supposed to be a red brick down here, I'm missing it. And it could be exactly on the other side of this wall. Right. Rex. And there we go, red brick. We have unlocked Ringtone Pig. By far the least useful red brick we could get. Alright. And so we've got to kind of look over here. And yes, on this side there is another one. Doesn't seem like it will be as bad, though. The fact that you don't smash these piles and these piles are the same size each time is confusing to say the least. Bad game design, really. And should be that if you're going to make a pile of 5 boulders every time, your swing should break all 5. And it would not be hard to treat them all the same and say every boulder in this group has the same amount of damage or life as the other one, so when one gets hit they all explode. I think Ringtoed Pig at this point actually won't ever be used, come to think of it. Like, because there's never going to be a point. I just wanted to look over here. Yeah. With maybe the exception of playing through the levels a second time, I don't think there's ever going to be a point where we get a phone call. Like, we aren't getting phone calls right now, and we've been playing for an hour or two. I mean, seriously, just look how unfinished this is. How do you get to that point where you have an entire section that you're just walling off, an entire area that doesn't matter, and then you're having to hide collectibles in it just to justify the existence? Look how the water changes when you cross a singular line. That probably is because the textures are set real low. It's slow going, to say the least. Right. But the good news is not really because of the micro stuttering. So now we're in Pagoda, which kind of fixes and helps a little bit. We'll have to go to Crescent Park and get the red brick from there. But these 3 areas we've got the red bricks from. Fresco, apparently we did not get the red brick from, so we got it instead of from the Grand Canal, which is interesting. So the Crosstown Tunnel also has a red brick that needs to be collected. Right, so I'd have to go back and run through that area, and I need to go run through that area, and I need to run through that area and this area. So ideally we'll run around here and see if we can find everything. Liberty Island red brick doesn't even have one, so we don't have to deal with that. And over here it's the red brick on Albatross Island and Apollo Island, so we should probably, the way this goes is maybe make a mad dash up to this, or maybe just ignore that one, look for a red brick in Pagoda, work our way down here, get in a boat, come down to this, then get into this, get in another boat after King's Court. So look at this, then King's Court, then get in another boat and go to that area. We've already got the red brick for this section, Cherry Tree Hills and Auburn, so we don't have to deal with that island. And we've got the red bricks for these sections too, so there's not a ton left except for Heritage Bridge. There's a red brick there too, and Blackwell Bridge. Alright. What we're not succeeding at by any means is just having, like, we're really failing to find any shortcuts areas. Grand Canal is 100%ed. That's useful to know, so we don't have to go through that ever again. Whereas we were spending most of our time in Frisco, and we got 8 of 23 things done. And so we're like 9% complete in that area, 37% complete in that area, 2% complete in that area. There's clearly a ton of open world stuff that we need to do. We've done a lot of things, I guess, in these areas, but we're not getting higher than 20-30%. So there's still a lot of work to be done, and we have 20 more red bricks. Most of those I think are in missions, though. Let's just go ahead and assume that 14 or 13 of those are from missions, which then would bring us up to 32, which would leave us still 7 red bricks in the overworld, and that makes sense. And odds are whatever we get will only be minimally useful. Super fast travel, for instance, not really proving to be that useful. Data scan functions, very useful. Ringtone, we can turn this ringtone pig. We can turn it on. We will never hit a ringtone. Like, there's no way to make my phone ring. I'm pressing down on the D-pad. So that's just something you would have had to have found in the middle of playing the game, not after you've done all the story levels. So poorly thought out. Progress wise, we're at 40 million. They want us to be at, I believe, 2 billion. So score multiplier probably is starting to make a lot more sense. Getting score times 10 and score times 8 to get our stud getting up to the maximum. That seems to be the only reason why we even have studs, is to get the achievement for having 4 billion, which I assume 4 billion might be a cutoff point and you can't get any more studs at that level. We're at 30.1%, which it feels like it should be more, but yeah, it's not gonna move as fast as I thought it was. We have 19 of 39 red bricks. We have 64 of 305 characters. Once we unlock the characters, that might jump up our percentage of completion by quite a bit, but we can't unlock the characters until we have the 4 billion studs. We have 23 of 120 vehicles, so we're going to have to spend at least a few hours just trying to get vehicles. And then we have 92 of 450 gold bricks. Honestly, at this rate, it feels like we're going to get burnt out on doing all the grinding, where this probably would have been better if it had half as many everything, half as many red bricks, half as many minifigs, half as many vehicles, half as many gold bricks. It seems like they're throwing in a ton of stuff that just really does not balance out well compared to 15 levels. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.